This weekend, the spotlight falls on one of South Africa's exhilarating football matches. It is Mamelodi Sundowns taking on Orlando Pirates. On this episode of the Arena Sports Show, we're joined by someone who has donned the yellow of Masanda and, of course, the black and white of Orlando Pirates. It is Nkosikhona Lebohang Cheeseboy Mokoena joining us today to help us unpack this fixture. And, well, according to my favorite influencer, Mahlatse Mphahlele, we'll also have to talk about the heartbreak that happened over the weekend. But Cheese looks okay. He looks like he's recovered from the heartbreak. But we'll get to talk about that in just a bit. My name is Clauiee Grace Mpanza. Gentlemen, Cheese, how you doing? Have you recovered?
Slowly getting there, hey? Slowly getting there. Not yet, but yeah, we'll get there.
Time is the best healer.
Yeah, for sure.
Can you please tell him what you told me last night when you were talking about that ex? Please tell him.
Yeah, so this is worse than a breakup.
Oh my God.
He's like, you know what? This is like one of those breakups where like you still love your ex, but then they're so toxic for you.
Yeah, you have to
move. You have to move on somehow. And I was just like, I don't understand it. But anyway, we'll get to talk about that in just a bit. A lot has been happening in the world of sports. So let's quickly find out what's in your top stories.
Mamelodi Sundowns will be the only South African representatives in the group stage of Champions League after Pirates were eliminated by Saint-Éloi Lupopo, while Kaizer Chiefs and Stellenbosch are in the Confederations Cup. Springbok coach Rassie Erasmus has high hopes for the team's 5-week tour of the UK and Europe, where they have matches against Japan, Italy, France, Ireland and Wales. Athletic South Africa President James Moloi is facing suspension after a probe into his use of Federation credit card, and an investigation will be held to determine if any other executives should also face disciplinary action.
Well, with so much happening, we'll get to talk about Mamelodi Sundowns and, of course, Kaizer Chiefs and Stellenbosch in just a bit. But a lot has been happening, as we've alluded to. So it always makes it just a bit difficult to try and choose your star of the week, athletes who have impressed you in the past few weeks. I'll go first this time around. And obviously, why Ukan? Ukalela influence.
I think you want to pick the only best thing that we have. Because it appears me and Cheese, we have got the same stuff of the week.
Really? I can bet you that I'm not choosing the same as you guys.
Okay. Motor racing?
Of course, it is MotoGP.
Yeah.
The Marquez brothers who have been absolutely brilliant. I mean, you could arguably put the dad there because he's groomed these kids. I mean, grooming a world champion and a runner-up, it's absolutely impeccable. I mean, Alex has always been in the shadow of Mark. You follow MotoGP? I like it, Cheese. A little bit.
Ampe.
Who do you like? Who's your favorite rider?
Well, I'm old school, you know, with these new ones. I'm that generation of Schumacher. You know.
So you like the doctor in MotoGP,
Yeah,
Rossi?
Yeah, for sure, because I get a bit of the clips. I'm like, this looks, you know. But I must still learn more about it.
I know you appreciate the Grootman Zahau because you were recently chilling with Gavin Lane.
You know,
Stability.
All right, so yeah, I'd have to choose the Marquez brothers. I mean, absolutely impeccable. What they've achieved. Okay, gentlemen on the couch, who's your star of the week?
Pirates supporters.
Pirates fans, the center line.
The center line.
The center line. I think they just bring up, they bring the vibe.
They really do.
They do what fans really need to do.
Yeah.
I've got a tiny little critic though.
Bring it.
They bring the vibe, but when the chips are down, they are down, and that breaks my heart. Like seeing them go quiet, Cheese, when you see that the team is trailing and they try, like I'm just like, guys, let's find a way to still sing. And I know it's hard, but
they
need
grew to the game as well. You know, like these guys, why there's a miss pass? Why did he miss? You know, and they look at the time as well because it's a pressure game for the players and the fans. You know, but yeah, they kept it together, man. They kept it together.
But they need to sing more, right, influencer?
Yeah, there's something Coach Ulani used to say that when the team is under stress, the fans can never be under stress.
Sure.
That's when they must take the volume up.
Yeah.
True.
Because you lift the players. I think, maybe that's another element where the Pirates fans need to improve a little bit on. But for the last 2 seasons, there are no fans in South Africa who come in with their Pirates. I just look forward to going to Orlando Stadium because the atmosphere inside the stadium is unbelievable. I think we were talking off air with Cheese now that I've been around stadiums for a long time. What I felt inside that stadium on Saturday was just, it's up there in the top 10 of the most unbelievable experiences I've had. I mean, when Apuli scored,
oh my days,
the noise that erupted in the stadium, it was something else. It's one of those things where you only have to be there to experience it. It's unbelievable. It's a pity the result didn't go their way, but the stuff of the week for me and Cheese, the ghost.
You have to love the ghost. I think, if anything, South African fans, they really did make us proud in terms of the CAF Interclub competition, in terms of support, because you also went to Dobsonville Stadium and the Kaizer Chiefs fans also showed up. So it's really great to see
strangely
more fans.
Also, even at Sundowns on Sunday, it was not a bad crowd at all.
100%.
I think they almost feel the lower tier of the stadium. And also it talks to, I think Sundowns appreciate Champions League a little bit more than the league, because, you know, that's the level where you must be there.
All right, Mahlatse Mphahlele. But we might as well talk about a little bit in terms of the CAF Interclub competition. Cheese. Orlando Pirates, yes, I guess they were knocked out. We know the story. But I was having a conversation with a friend of mine, right? And we were talking about in terms of good players and players that have good PR. And I want to find out from you in terms of, and not just Orlando Pirates players, but just holistically, South African football players. Do you think that sometimes we celebrate the image more than the actual performance that we see on the field?
I'll agree with you on that, because I think it has come to that where we don't focus now on the performance of the players on the field of play, and that's where they need to do the talking instead of, you know, the socials, a clip at training, doing a skill, you know, and it's trending, and sometimes it affects the players as well. That's why they get into the field. Some of them don't even play with their teammates when there's an opportunity to pass your teammate to score, but already you're thinking of the headlines, Mahlatse is going to write, Cheesy takes Pirates to this level, you know, because you want to be, you know, known and stuff. But I feel like the only thing they need to do is just focus on the field of play. Let your feet do the talking, you know.
No, I absolutely agree. And I mean, influencer, we speak about this. Most of the time, especially when you look into that middle of the park of Orlando Pirates, you allude to that some of the Orlando Pirates players, there's a lot of hype there.
You know, the other interesting thing, you must listen at Orlando when they announce the team list. When the pictures goes up on the screen. For the longest time, or for the last few years, the person who gets the loudest cheer is Patrick Maswangai. And if you look at the output, the players who have been consistent for Pirates, they don't get the loudest cheer.
Sure.
I think it ties to what we're talking to now. I think Sipho Mbule now is also there among the crowd favorites. I'm not saying they are not playing well. I'm just saying you find the players that the hype is a little bit higher. And the guys who are consistent, the Mbule has been playing well and stuff.
Sure.
But when he gets announced, nothing. People are not as excited as the other guys. Last season, Cash Makaula was probably for me was the best player for Pirates.
Sure.
You know, because of I think the nature of how he plays his position and stuff. They don't get there. Sipho Chain is another guy who has done very well for Pirates over the last while. So you have that. I mean, back in the day.
Sure.
You know, you guys which easily will give you the ones who are the crowd's favorite.
But have that team. Like when you you know, like what you're saying now. It's only one. You're just mentioning one or two players.
Sure.
You know, in our team, everybody was cheered for from the back, from Tonic Chabalala himself. You know, they cheer on Tonic. You know, Abuto, Tukutu, even Abedi. And I'm like, hey, Tsoti, I'm up
because we had too many stars.
You know, and I think that also helped. That helps in terms of brotherhood, and it takes away that jealous part of things, like because you know when people like you and they cheer for you, somebody out there, even your teammates, be like, yeah, they cheer for him, but he's not giving us anything. You know, players have that talk. You know, like hey, lo, hey, I'm Tana, but hey, I got sneaky next, but when, you know, so it builds up to that, you know. So it's better when it's
everybody.
Yeah.
And the Galacticos, right? So when it's all stars,
you know?
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Talk to me about Sihle Nduli. And I ask about Nduli because as much as, yes, there are people that appreciate him, but I saw something that I was so impressed by in the Caf Champions League, how he was calming down fights, he was, you know, just pulling players away. And I was like, ooh, that's a future leader there. And he just does his business quietly, consistent, and he's always there.
He's been that type of a player. Look, I played against him. I think I was still in the NFD. He was at Galaxy under Coach Dan, right? And I could pick up, man, like he's subtle, tuck in, you know, he's got nice touches, not an aggressive player, you know. And even when Pirates signed him, that's the first thing I said, that you need a player that's also going to come in there and calm things down. You know, not everybody is going to be a cash standing in somebody's face. You need that one to say, let's stay in the match, let's stay in the game. And he brings that to the team. And you look what he did. I mean, I'm sure 2 or 3 players could have gotten red cards because the emotions were high. A game like this, you're expecting, of course, the emotions to be there, you know. And he was just calming everybody down, you know. Obviously, he's a different type of a player to what we saw with Cash and Mbata in the midfield. And obviously the coach is giving him more opportunities, you know, and yeah, it just speaks volume in terms of the belief the coach has with Sihle, you know, and his experience as well, it counts. He's been in the league for that long, you know, and his experience as well with Stellis in the Confed, I think, you know, it helped a bit in terms of the situation of the match and the magnitude of the game at that time.
He reminds me a little bit of the late John Mweti.
Yes, yeah.
In terms of mannerisms, you know, it's not loud and sometimes the dressing room needs a guy like that.
True.
To sort of become the voice of reason sometimes, somebody who is quiet and, you know, like you're saying, that match was very, the emotions ran very high. With Mukoka doing his own things there, winding everybody down. He was able to sort of, when the other players were like, I think there was an instant where Maswangani was charging at the referee and the other guy went and pulled them away. You need those types of players. And also, you know, he's a good player. You know, he has added something for Orlando Pirates. The coach likes him. You see him, you know, more and more. This is going to play an important part. But I think from the playing perspective, I would love to see him having a consistent partner. Because people change around him a lot, and that can also be a bit of a negative. Maybe consistently play with Talent Mbata as the two. What do they call them? Holding
midfielders. Pivots. Two pivots can be holding, one in front, one
you know, so, but the coach changes the team quite a lot. But
it's normal,
he's there.
Remember Jose did the same thing in his first season and everybody was saying, our coach is changing too much. So I guess in your first season, you're going to try and switch it up.
Find those things around. But I mean, he's a good addition for Pirates. He'll be massive for them this season, definitely.
All right, before we wrap it up then, the big question then to the both of y'all. I saw the starting lineup and I'm like, yo, where are the strikers? Like I'm trying to find the strikers in the starting 11. What did you guys make of that starting 11 when you saw it?
I had the exact same thought when I looked at it. I'm like, strikers guy more. Okay, we need goals. People that are scoring goals are not even on the field of play. Is it a tactical, you know, change that the coach, or maybe the approach to this game is different, but I gave it about maybe 15, 20 minutes to see what are they trying to do, you know. But I could tell that there's no pivot, like Mahlatse said, there's no striker that's there to hassle the two center backs. And also these people are playing a low block, they were playing with 5 at the back. Now you need somebody to always keep the center backs busy. Now with the false 9, you're playing a Tito that always likes to come and drop. You're playing a Tito and the master chef, 2 ball players that really have not played together and that was maybe his idea, get the chef and thingy to try and break down that defense in terms of combination play, dribbles, but he did not get that, you know, and instead we had to go wide, and going wide, it's a challenge. Cross the ball, there's no one in the box, you know, so I think tactically, they might have got it wrong. Yes, we got the goals, but we could have gotten more goals if we had probably had a striker that's going to be there, you know, and
Yes.
still get your creative players. Even go with just one holding midfielder. You could have played with 3 at the back instead of the 4. Because these guys were not even,
They are not coming.
they were not coming in terms of, you know, counter attacks. So you could have played 3, added more numbers in that midfield, and play with like 3. Or that classic 4-4-2 you spoke about earlier, you know.
No, I fully agree with you. I was shocked from the first leg. When I saw the team list for the first leg, I said, this is not going to work. Because in a Champions League, you know.
Away.
Especially when the DRC, the pitches are not going to be proper. It's hot. You need people who can go in there, do the job, get out of there, and go home. And I felt the coach was the midfield for me was too thin. You need a bit of meat there to sort of, at least, I mean, the fans will understand. If you go away to an awkward team like that to get draw, and then you come back home, you know. If it could have been 3-0. If it was a 0-0 draw there, and then you win 3 at home. So having to come back at home and score 3, in rugby it's called scoreboard pressure. If you keep on looking at the score, you know, you have to score 2 ties and come back and all that. It works in the mind of the guys. I know they scored 3, but not having a striker for me was a bit of a surprise. And this is the one match where I can safely say the players tried under the circumstances with the instructions they were given. But you know, it was on the bench really where staff should have gone. I mean, Mabasa was didn't even come on. Evidence Makgopa was not even on the bench. These are the guys. I mean, we saw what Makgopa did for Bafana in Bombay.
Big game player.
For sure.
And and also the thing is, in a match like this, you need an early goal. First 15 minutes you must go. Because the longer it stretches, the fans get anxious, the players get edgy also, it's a problem. And I also felt, more than anything, Pirates ran out of time. If this match had gone to extra time, they was going to go 2 more goals. So that's a problem. But, you know, if you want to go an early goal, maybe a striker could have made a difference, as Chiz is saying. So the coach, maybe, he will have to look in the mirror.
Quick question. Before you wrap that up, did one of your journalists in the press conference ask if he's planning to retire or resign? I mean,
no.
after
no,
this
that
game?
guy didn't ask that question.
Oh, no one asked the question. Okay, cool.
It was going to be an unfair question. It's still ending the season, and also still on this issue of Pirates. You know, the 2 things in the bigger picture. It puts Pirates in a difficult position to qualify for the Club World Cup.
Yes.
Because we're in a new 4-year cycle now for the next 2029 Club World Cup. To qualify for the Club World Cup for the 4 teams, you need to constantly be in the semi-final and the final. This is a big blow, which means they will have to come back next season and finish in the top 4.
For sure.
Or pretty much the remainder of this cycle. It's a big problem. And Pirates can do a lot with that money that comes with the club. You know, there's a lot of money. The other thing, I feel sad for the younger players at Pirates because they're missing out on valuable experience in the Champions League, which
that
can also
true.
help the national team. So it's a big mess this, but I'm sure they can fix it. Now, they must win the league now.
All right, there it is. They must win the league according to the influencer. Let's see what happens. They do have a big game this weekend. But quickly, what does this do for Bafana Bafana? And I ask this because you look into Hugo's squad. It's Sundowns and Pirates players. Sundowns obviously will have the Caf Champions League progression, the testing. Well, Orlando Pirates, it's different. Now, the level is just you're going to be tested against Mbekezeli. And really, there's no disrespect to Mbekezeli, but then the level is completely different compared to a Champions League stage to prepare for the World Cup.
I think a big blow. You know, a big blow for Hugo. You know, for the players as well, because you want to play at that level. You know, like Mahlatse said, when you play at that level, it actually, if you look at the squad that went to the last AFCON, when you lost to Morocco in the semis, right? If you look at this, we had the core of the Sundowns team, and where did they? They went up until the final of the Champions League, you know, and that's what sets the level when you go to the national team, you know. And we also have youngsters like Mbokazi who still needs that experience, you know. I mean, we're going to the AFCON, the World Cup, you know, there's a lot that's going to be happening with the national team. CBC as well is part of the national team. So once you miss out on playing at that level, it becomes difficult now when you go to the national team and try and match up to that level, because you need these games so that you can really see your standard to where am I, you know. And also for the coach, it helps in terms of the minutes, because now it's a setback for Pirates. You got a big squad. 8 or 9 players are part of the Bafana team. Now you have to rotate the squad like the coach is doing. So it means some players that are part of the national team are not going to be playing regularly, because now the games are less now. So the coach also is going to feel under pressure. I need to now deliver the league. So I need to go with my best 11, you know, and that's probably going to be the players that are part of the national team.
Sure.
I mean, the reality is that the chairman didn't buy these players for MTN8.
That is the reality. That is very, very true. You don't spend that amount of money just for cup competition.
The big fish, yeah.
Exactly. Champions League. But anyway, Mamelodi Sundowns, they progress. Influencer, just to wrap it up then, talk to us about, I mean, we saw, yes, it was a done game, but the beauty of Mamelodi Sundowns that we've said many, many years ago is the depth. When you can just change the entire starting 11, have 1 or 2, of course, players that you always feature, and that's exactly what we saw. Yeah,
you can just see the difference. Go to Nigeria, hostile place, score 4, 5, then you wrap it up away. That's just where the difference is. And South African teams need to get to that level. I understand that Remo Stars team is not really your strongest team. But when you play against these weak teams, you need to put them to the sword. That's why the coach on Sunday after the match said though they've qualified by a big aggregate margin, he would have loved to see Sundowns having scored maybe 2 more goals here. To really assert yourself. And also looking at the Pirates match this weekend, because then you take momentum, you take scoring momentum, the vibe is good, the fans are happier, and that kind of thing. But the difference is with Sundowns and other teams is just on another level. And remember, this is happening with Sundowns having so many problems behind the scenes that they have in True. So, it's just a different class.
It definitely is. On the other side, a club that I really appreciate, but they've had a tough start in terms of the season, especially here at home, that being Stellenbosch Cheese. I mean, you're quite uncertain in terms of the league, but then they got the job done in terms of the Confederation Cup, welcoming back Uthabo Molisane as well, which is absolutely great for them. Talk to us about this Stelly side that, yes, things might not be gelling the way that they should be, but they managed to get the results in the Confederation Cup.
Look, in the league, they haven't been doing well, you know, and teams do get affected when they go play, you know, the Confed and the Champions League. Doesn't really have a big squad, you know. Stelly's surviving mostly on MDC players, development players, you know, and a lot of players leave the club every season because, you know, Coach Barker has done a fantastic job there in terms of recruiting these young boys, you know, but it just shows that they still have that mentality of knowing how to win games, and even when the chips are down, they fully understand that, okay, we are going to turn the corner, because this happened, I think, 2 or 3 seasons back. They were in the same situation, you know, and towards, I mean, it's still early days, 9, 10 games. Towards 18, 19 games, Stelly's was right there, top 5, top 4, you know, and I think it goes to a point where during the start of the season, you bring in new young players. For them to adjust, it takes a bit of time. So that's why you find that the Stellies become a little bit stronger in the second half of the season, because now the players have more understanding of the opponents as well, you know. And with the Confed as well, I think that's also going to give them more experience in terms of how to deal with certain games when they come home as well. So I don't see them struggling this season. I think they'll bounce back in the league.
Indulge you. One of my favorite players is Andre de Jong. I think he's absolutely
fantastic player.
What a style.
Underrated.
Underrated quality.
Class, hey?
I just wanted to sign him.
I was raising my hand and saying, this guy for the...
Really? Why didn't you call Chairman?
Hey, we tried, but, you know, they already had the pool of players that they needed, you know, so,
But what do you appreciate about him as a player?
Look, very calm, very decisive on the ball. He's got great movement off the ball as well, you know, not the quickest, but decision-making, very smart, you know, and he's one of those players where you can feel like, let him get onto the ball, you know, you'll just see magic, and he knows how to make the players around him get into the game, you know. He's fun, and he scores goals as well.
He does.
You know, that's what I love about him, you know. He scores the goals, always in good positions, you know. I've never seen him in a battle fighting players. No, very subtle, very quiet, does his job quietly, you know, and he's been around for long now. I think he's adjusted, you know, to be one of the players that, you know, when you look at him, you're like, "Eish, only if maybe Pirates could have taken this guy, you know."
Yeah.
But yeah, he's a good player.
There's one thing young players must learn from him, basics.
Yes.
He gets the basics
True.
right. Yeah,
True.
yeah, I agree.
Not a fancy player.
No.
Yeah.
Not these ones of dancing.
Hey, sometimes you remind me of an uncle, yes? The way you say things. But it's fine.
Not these
Lessons.
ones of dancing and dancing.
No, Uncle, remember Uncle took the ball full time. What is this?
Yeah, Ghost Piece was there, they put it like
No,
this.
man.
He was referring to
Who was on the ball? Makaringa.
Makaringa.
Yeah, Makaringa in the halfway line there. No. What is this?
He says he must go play there my Manipuri games.
Play my money games.
Or Babam Tatwa games.
Or Babam Tetwa games.
Oh, you guys are terrible. But anyway, Kaizer Chiefs, then we wrap it up. We'll talk about Betway in just a bit. Talk to us about Kaizer Chiefs. I mean, they progress as well into the group stages. And man, what a victory at Dobsonville Stadium. When you talk about presence and sealing it, Kaizer Chiefs did it. I was just like, thank you, Makosi. They did it.
Yeah, I think it helps them.
Yeah.
Kaizer Chiefs also needs to be serious players in that space of Comfort Cup.
Yeah.
And if they really, if you look at the teams that have qualified for the group stages, it's not easy, but if they plan properly and the players are committed, they can get to the final of that thing. You can.
I think so too.
It's something which should not be beyond Chiefs.
Yeah.
Given what they have. I know they've got a bit of a situation with the coach and that kind of stuff, but I've looked at the teams that are there. You've got one or two teams there with that, which is a Champions League side, but you know they've not done well in the domestically. But I think the target now should be to get to the final. It's a pity in Africa, winning the Comfort Cup does not take you to the Champions League.
Yeah.
Because I don't think that they'll probably have enough to finish to win the league or finish second. It will be a challenge. That space will be for Pirates and Sundowns. But if they consistently for the near future establish themselves as a strong Comfort Cup team, it will be good for the players also. It will be nice to see Vumdu and then really getting used to the challenges of Africa. But they played well. They've got a problem now with Dobsonville. The crowd turned out. There's a good. That's nice there. I think maybe let them take 1 or 2 games there during the season.
Because everywhere is home anyway for
the smaller
Chiefs,
games. Dobsonville can be a good venue.
I actually felt that while watching the game. I'm like,
it's not bad.
It's interesting when it comes
The
to
pitch
Chiefs,
is
and
good.
also the synergy from the fans. You know, Kokasi and everybody's got access, and you know, Chiefs has got a lot of supporters. You know. And I think that played to the advantage as well for the players. Because sometimes I feel like the home ground, FNB, they were too big, you know, it's empty.
Those people who were at Dobsonville, if you put them inside FNB, the thing is empty. They feel this part,
is too
then
big.
you know, because the stadium is too big.
Sure.
I think obviously we're not telling them what to do, but just to say, maybe they
Look
must consider.
It would,
you know, it can work for unless maybe they want the super suite and all those things.
But wouldn't you want to go back? Wouldn't you want to go back to a field where you're scoring goals?
That's it.
You know, the luck is a bit of luck.
Look at Orlando.
Yeah.
Look at Orlando.
You know,
it's in the township. People walk to the stadium.
sure.
Okay.
So I think that they should seriously consider it.
Yeah.
I'll trust you guys to send the emails. All right. Cheese, I mean, just to wrap it up in terms of Kaizer Chiefs, I'm interested in the captaincy. And I ask this because the captaincy band in different clubs, it's always quite interesting. Sometimes it's the coach that chooses the captain. Sometimes it's the players. And one thing at Kaizer Chiefs this season that we've seen that armband rotate a lot. But currently, of course, Brandon Peterson is the one that is said to be the captain. Talk to us about your thoughts when such happens around the armband.
Well, I think it can be a positive, it can be a negative. Why I say this is because, look, they've been blowing hot and cold during the season, you know, and you've had a senior guy like Gwinika captaining the side. He's Miguel as well. But with Miguel, I was not sure because you just got a player that just came into the club, hasn't really understood the culture, trying to get to know the players and how things are done at the club. But with Gwinika, I was there. He's been part of the Chiefs team, you know, he's been part of the league, so he understands. And so when you start changing your captain during the season, I just felt like, what message are you sending to the senior guy? Because I think he's the senior guy in that current Chiefs squad, you know. Of course, he's not playing regularly, you know, unless you're looking at the Pirates that gave him Mbokazi and you're like, okay, even us, we want to groom another captain in terms of a Peterson, you know. But I just felt like the change maybe came at the wrong time because it sent out wrong messages to the fans as well. Like, it means there is chaos within the camp. Because if you take in the armband from me, it means maybe I have not been doing my job as a leader of the team, number one. Now it starts to bring doubt in the squad to say, yeah, but this one is not supposed to be captain. This guy should be captain, you know. And it's not about the captain as an individual. All of them should be leaders. You know, they shouldn't say, no, it must go to this one. No. On the field, on the day, whoever's the captain is the captain. And we look after each other as a group. You know, even in the field of play, if I have to send an instruction, it shouldn't come from the captain. No, we wait for Peterson to come and say this and say what. No, everybody has to have that leadership qualities because it's a big club like Chiefs. One player cannot manage everything there, you know, be the link between the coach and the players. You know, and players are naughty somewhere because Omunyo is at the corner there is like, but this captain, just yeah,
no captain wako cheese.
You know, Marafi captain, skipper. Footballers. Until we did the captain, Ishinjwa, my player, well, I don't know, my opinion.
Because I think the coach Cedric did say that for now, they've decided to put Brendan Peterson going forward. You need to have a set captain. You know, you only change when the guy is not fit or when he's suspended. Because then this thing of changing, I just don't think it works. It doesn't work, You see with Pirates, when Sibisi is back, he's the captain. If he's not there, Mbokazi is the captain. And that's it.
All right, so we move over now to the Betway Premiership because 1st of November, of course, it is Mamelodi Sundowns and Orlando Pirates, a fixture that we're all looking forward to. And of course, mozzarella here, cheddar cheese, cheese boy, you played for both teams. So before we get to the tactical part of it, we've got a few fan questions to ask. So we tried to find a name because, you know, we always have a quiz here. So today we're going to call it, I think, did we say mozzarella cheese corner? Something like that. Okay, mozzarella corner is what we're calling it for now. All right, cool. So first question, Cheese. When you were at Pirates, right, which game made you more nervous? When you were at Pirates playing against Sundowns or when you were at Sundowns playing against Pirates?
When I was at Sundowns playing against Pirates.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
Because first of all, I grew up at Pirates, you know, and my move from Pirates to Sundowns was not something that I decided. And I remember the first game to playing against Pirates, you know. At the back of my mind was, these guys know my ins and outs. They know how I play, you know. So I had to change a certain aspect of my game so that I can perform. But also at the back of my mind, not to prove to Pirates that I was still a good player, but also for me, it was more of, hey, this is my home team, you know, and if I score against them, you know, I can't go to Orlando because I'm from Soweto, you know. So I'm like, because I'm like, yeah, hey, you killed us, what, you know. And also the worry was being booed by the fans, you know. And I didn't get that, you know. And I think that's why I was really nervous because I did not know what was going to be the outcome from the fans and the game itself. But I was bullied a lot in that field anyway on that. I don't know if you remember the game at Atteridgeville. We at Sundowns we beat Pirates 2-0, goals by Luvengo and Tso Vilakazi scored, and he wanted to celebrate. I held him, Villa,
Not here, boy.
no, not here, boy. So yeah, that's the one that stands out.
So if you had scored against Pirates, were you going to celebrate?
I scored in the Nedbank Cup in Durban. In Durban against the late Senzo. You know, I think somebody had a shot, and then it deflected, came back. I finished it off. The thought of going to celebrating the goal, I think I took 2 steps, and I'm like, no. Let me just wait for the guys. Let's just huddle here. Let's just get it here.
Let's hug each other. Thank you.
Yeah, that's it. You know.
All right, cool. Next question will be for the both of you guys. If you had to describe both teams' playing style as food, what food would it be and why?
Yeah.
No, you take the
I like the designation. Influencer, leaders.
So Pirates is a fast-moving team.
Takeaways. No.
What takeaways? Chinese takeaways? quick.
Okay, we'll take Chinese takeaway. Okay.
And then Sundowns, they like this piano and shisha and stuff over theirs. We'll say what? Brazilian what? I don't know.
Wait.
Brazilian something.
Yeah, Brazilian samba. I mean, samba is not food, but I mean something. I don't know.
The Sundowns one is not original, but we'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it. It's pocho time. Mozzarella.
No, with Sundowns, I'll probably maybe say maybe a rump steak. You know, takes a bit of time to prepare. You know, because they slow build up. You know, knowing how to manage the game. You know. Yeah, with Pirates, you know, Chinese sticks, like, quick, we need to score, it's in a rush, you know, because the team is full of energetic players, you know, from back in the day, from, you know, the tsunamis, even now, you know, still the short guys that are still running there, you know, so they keep moving, you know, order, number one, order, you know, so with Sundowns, you know, you have to good food takes time to prepare. It'll take about 20 minutes before your order
is ready. Yes, sir.
Costrot are coach Leles Kriba, you say, piano.
All right, cool. Cheese, which club had the best music in the change room?
Pirates.
Pirates?
Yeah.
Who was the DJ?
We had characters. We had Steve Likulea, you'd come, Steve and play Pitch Black up for let's go. He's singing there in the change room. Then you'd have Gift come in, Gift shower Tyrese. Now we from there we're going to R&B, starts taking off his shirt. Late. So we've had it. Then Cheesy comes in, I'm the Kwaito guy, a Pontesh. So we take turns and and be like, no, I chant namhlanje, So yeah.
All right, I like that.
It was fun.
Like a mixture
of
everything. It sounds fun. All right, which one had the toughest training sessions? Which club had the toughest training session?
At Pirates. Pirates, Augusto, Palacios. Yo! I know you're right. Augusto.
Yeah.
Like you'll probably have 2 sessions. Like, you'd say, okay, we're playing on a Saturday. Like, okay, Monday, double session. Tuesday, double session. Wednesday, double session. Thursday, double session. Friday, 1 session. And it depends, Nkosikhona, that 1 session, whether he's happy with what he's seen during the week.
For sure.
You've had maybe 2, 3, 11, V11 games that you've played in the week, maybe Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And then Monday, Tuesday, it's hammer time. And he used to work with Coach Esther Khoman. So Coach Esther and the core and everything, we would run, Joe. You know, when you leave the first session, you have like an hour, 30 minutes break. You are back at it again, And if you're not doing it properly, extra training, So with me, Augusto, I think he was, he used to hammer us a lot.
At least now and again in between.
Not that much. Augusto hangeke.
But where were the fitness people? When they overloading? Or those days?
No. We were the fittest team. We were fit. We were the fittest team because those double sessions really helped us because you'd finish a game and be like, you know.
Nice.
I'm sure that's why you saw our team was. It will start from the goalkeeper. It will end. That's like everything was just like this. There was never a time where we were a Paris team that was composed, slow. No, quick. Quick, you need to quick. rush. So everything was rush, you know. But what I loved was that I think most of us at that time, I'm sure the guys that can agree, we were the fittest bunch. And what made it worse, then they gave us this new kit. The shorts were this small, you know. And everybody was like, hey, these guys are fit, yeah?
The visa showing, eh?
The visa showing, it's not a V, yeah, it's already visa.
Okay, cool. And then the next one is, which club had the funniest players?
Oh, I'd say both, you know. I'd say both. Why I say that? Because we as much as I was still at Pirates, we still had, you know, friends on the Sundowns side, you know, Avuyo Mere, you know, Surprise Mureri is like, you know, as much as people see Surprise as quiet, yes, you'll love
he's the
the
funniest
guy.
guy.
The funniest guy, you know.
So just to interject there, he
Yeah.
had this thing in Sundowns. He was very close to Harris Few.
Yes.
So every time Harris Few walked in or drove in, there was a security guard that was called Colin at the gate.
Colin, yeah.
I said, Colin, Mahlatse Mphahlele manje. He's the funniest guy, surprised, but doesn't talk, yeah.
But he doesn't talk, you know. But you know, when we in camp, in the change room, you know, he's always got that, you know, that jab name like I'm surprised. This is unlike you, my guy, but a very funny guy. I think also one guy that was really, really funny was Elias Pelembe. You know, I mean, what a guy, you know. And I remember he said that there was this game we were playing, and I was like, Pelembe, because we were wingers. So I was like, let me come that side, man, because I can see this guy is, you know, you're not getting the ball, you can't go past him. He's like, geez, wait, you know what? I see this guy, I've been studying him. What I'm going to do now, when he comes slow, I go fast.
Yeah.
And then if he comes fast, I go slow. So I'm going to change it. But then after 10 minutes, if it's not working, I'll just do this. And then you know it's not working. Like, okay, sure.
And one thing that group of players, and Gookie guys, hey, like most of you all still look about, like, you could still play today. I remember watching you go Lesotho, and I was just like, if Cheese still wanted to play, he could still play. So
yeah, most of them.
Yes, most of them, like, class is clearly permanent. Those runs helped.
Augusto. Thanks, Augusto.
Thank you.
El Profesor.
El Profesor.
All right, cool. Last question. Which club had the best drip?
Sundowns. I think Sundowns.
Really?
I think Sundowns. If we're talking off the field as well, you know, I think, I'm sure everybody knows. I mean, we had at Sundowns, I think there was a Papi Zotwane, you know, drip. Marangena change room already. You're expecting something. Like, in fact, we just came to train. Or there's lunch after. You're going for lunch somewhere after. You know? But it's like, no, this is normal. And you had Tico also coming, you know. And it's guys that always loved, you know, the nice clothes, you know, Muzi Mashaba, Richard Henyekani. So the competition was fierce in the change room. Pelembe as well, you know. Guys would come in, it's got nice new sneakers. Hey, where did you buy these ones? Hey, you know, no, I got them online. And the president used to say when we had the meetings, be like, my guy Pelembe. The only guy I always see at the Louis Vuitton store. Eh?
Really?
This guy. So at Sundowns, I think, that's where, you know, I picked up that there was a lot of swag, and also guys loved the fashion, you know. Yeah, at Pirates, you know, we were like more pantsulas. Yes, we had tracksuits, you know. Lucas would come in, short pants, slippers in the morning. I came to work. Pumutso was the guy, you know. Of course, the bold and the beautiful. He was the guy. You know, it's like we say, hey, Pumutso, take your time in the shower.
What we would say currently in this day and age is, take your time, princess.
Yeah, take your time, princess.
All right, on that note, who puts a lot of perfume? And I ask this because who was telling us, influencer, that sometimes, and it was a Sundowns, where like players would, I think no, it was Yappy. Yappy was saying, yeah, sometimes the players did perfumes, man.
It's right. It's right. It does get to that, you know, like sometimes you get to training, it's on a Monday.
Yeah.
Oh, perfuming you
You
can't complain. When you complain, like I said you must not use deodorant. Buy proper
proper stuff.
proper stuff. Cheese, if you don't know, come to me.
All right, that's how we wrap up the mozzarella corner. Hopefully you liked it. What? What are you pointing at?
The Betway thing.
Oh yeah.
That's where we're going.
Okay.
We might as well ask him. Ask him then, my guy. Ask him. Please ask him.
Okay, but where's my camera?
There's your camera.
Because they say I must do the link.
Ask him.
Yeah, I think Betway are running a nice promotion now. Can you just tell us a little bit more about what is it about?
Ooh.
Yeah, well, Mahlatse, I think this is just initiative that's come from Betway, you know, to engage with the fans, and it's basically for the fans, you know, and also for the heritage and the culture of South African football. I mean, I think people have seen the Sibonise and Win campaign that has been happening from the beginning of the season. And also we've come up with a new concept, the dial-up, which is where all 16 teams that will be hosting probably a live game, you know, there have been increase in the winnings now. So it was 10,000 from if you don't have a Betway account in a normal league match, and then the derbies, which is more like the dial-up games, you know, your classic games,
Yeah, the
you
activated
know,
matches,
the activated matches, you know, that's where you get about 50,000 rands. The winner will get 50,000 rands.
Sure.
Right? If they have a Betway account. If you
They
don't,
already won something.
I'm the undisputed journalist winner. Yeah.
You know, so I think I love the initiative because you know, sometimes we disregard the fans in terms of the support. Some come with their last cents to the stadiums, you know, and what I love about it is that the fans need to be in the home team regalia, you know, look the part, you know, wear your club colors, get to the stadium, you know. Hopefully, if you are lucky enough and spotted, you get yourself a 25. If not, if you got an account, where's $50? Who's going to give you 50,000 for just sitting and supporting your club?
No one.
You understand? and I think with the 49 fixtures that have gone by, I think we have about 38 winners that have won the 25K, you know, with Betway account holders, and we have about 12, 13 that really don't have Betway accounts that have really also won 10K, you know. I think thus far what has been spent is about 940,000 K, you know. That's a lot of money and still counting, you know. So yeah, it's just to also encourage the fans, you know, to come to the stadiums. That's where they'll also meet up their former legends, you know, to come and share the prize, you know, mingle with the fans, because we did that as well. We went to Polokwane, there was one in Durban, with the Durban derby between Amazulu and Durban City, and engage with the fans. You know, it's nice sometimes, because even me as a player, I've always been on the field, but I've never experienced, you know, being a fan, sitting in there with the fans and hear them chant and sing and hear them complain, you know.
The commentary, I love the commentary
you
from
know,
fans, yeah.
they, you know, so yeah, big ups to Betway and the team for doing this, you know, and yeah, the fans need to come out in numbers. There's great opportunities for you guys. And they mustn't forget, Lise Kazini forever.
No, that's it.
Yeah, Baze Basbonis, and then they will win.
There we go.
We'll see on Saturday at Loftus.
We'll definitely see. All right, before we get out of here, let's talk about the game now, right? We'll start, of course, at the back. And the reason why I love starting at the back is because, I mean, obviously that's a real start, right? But Orlando Pirates also, it's been a bit tricky for them, right? Especially dealing with set pieces. A lot of people calling for Olisa Nda to come back. They're happy when they see him training with the team, which is great. But then, obviously, the good thing about Olisa, we know that he's comfortable at the ball. He will help you also deal with the aerial balls, which is very important.
True.
Is it important to start him? I mean, at this game, because he's been off for a long time, do you start him off the bench? How do you see that back line of Orlando Pirates looking?
Of course, I mean, you know, coming from the exit of the Champions League, I think it's, you know, for other players now, it's starting to click that, okay, I need my chance to play, you know, and obviously we've seen that how the coaches been rotating the team, you know. Sometimes it's Libito right back, sometimes it's Bilibili at right back, you know. Haven't seen much of Dino as well. Da is training, but we haven't really seen him even on the bench because coming from an injury, it's really difficult, especially if you're going to jump into a team that's really getting a momentum of winning, and the centre-backs are doing well. The young boys, you know, Siema and Mbokazi are doing well, you know. That's why you find the CBC as well, sometimes not starting these games, you know. So it's going to take a bit of time, but you need a player like Nda, you know. I'm not saying the current centre-backs are not doing well, but also with his experience as well, you know, and ability to actually help in terms of goal scoring, because that has been my concern as well, Mahlatse. When you don't have your centre-backs scoring, it's a problem, because now when your attackers are losing form and not scoring, how are you going to get that match winner? Look at the match winner, Mbokazi. Came from a centre-back, right, because nothing was happening up front, you know. So I think it's going to be a boost, but for him to start the game against Sundowns, I don't think it would be a wise move, you know, because he hasn't really played much, you know. You can't count friendly games and, you know, a proper match, you know. You don't want to expose the player as well. So I think maybe the coach will still go with the maybe same pairing of Siema and Mbokazi, or he might change, because I saw a couple of mistakes. I don't know if you've noticed, Siema has got a tendency of losing concentration, whether with his first touch, should I pass the goalkeeper or should I go forward? And then he loses possession, but luckily, you know, Mbokazi is always there to cover, or he recovers in time because he's still young, you know. So those kind of small mistakes, you know, I think maybe you might have a CBC back, but currently I think the pair is okay for me.
All right, you mentioned Dino, and we've seen him as well. He's back with the Pirates training, which is a good sign for Amabakania. But do you see space for him in that right-back position? Because, I mean, we talk about Sebelebele, who is absolutely explosive, and yes, he helps the team as well in terms of the primary job in defending.
They're confusing Sebelebele, man. I'm confused. About decide.
Sebelebele.
About decide. Either they must decide whether he's going to compete as a winger or as a fullback. Because you have a Libito, you have a Van Rooyen, you have this boy Ndlozi. You know. So what message are you sending to them that? But now, coach, you're taking a winger and playing him fullback. Yes, there's certain games where you might change it while the game is on. Maybe your right back is tired, he can't do this. You want to make a sub, okay, sharp, let's rotate. You can, because you know you can change him to that position, but they need to decide in terms of where are they going to play him, you know, because he's a good player, you know. But I don't think Sebelebele has really reached to what I'm looking for. I know maybe a lot of people might say, yeah, but if you look at progress from the first 2 games that he has played, and players forget this, but Mahlatse, when you play first game, second game, the opponents start to be aware of you and the type of play that you are. They know, okay, he's going to come, he's going to take the line, he's going to want to use his speed, so they give you that space. And now you are no longer contributing to the team now because you're no longer using your strength. So diversify, shincha. Go into that track, coach Peter used to say, get into the traffic there, midfielders, what, you know. So for me, Dino should get an opportunity. You know, I personally like him as a player. You know, I think if you can compare all the fullbacks, I think Dino has had more entries in the last third than the current right backs.
Oof. All right, cool. So, okay, you want to add to that?
I want to put in a different perspective. The most important, the key thing is to see how the Pirates coach balances that midfield. Because if you look at Sundowns, you have got Tebza, you have got Allende, there's this number 10, this Santos guy.
I like him.
It's a top player.
No, I like
him. You've got Sales also. It's a very solid midfield. And I don't know how the Pirates guy is going to be able to try and nullify them. You can have the 2 central defensive midfielders. I like Sipo. It will be nice to see Sipo against Sundowns. I'm sure he will have a lot to... But also there must be an emotional intelligence where he mustn't get too emotional about the match. Just go there, play like you say, a normal game. Don't want to be, I'm playing against my former team, I want to show them. Because then you may end up doing things which you are not supposed to do. But as to how he balances that
how he sets up there,
it's going to be very interesting. You can always have, I don't know how far is Rele.
Yeah, it's injury, yeah.
Yeah, if Rele is back, it gives another option. You have Apolis, you have got Sebelebele.
Moremi.
You have got Moremi. So it's going to be very interesting. Sundowns is going to set.
Yeah, there we go.
Not too many changes.
He might go with the same lineup that he had when they played the MTN. Because there was a battle in that midfield. You know, I liked it because, you know, players were getting at each other. And I think there was an insert I saw where the coach was like to Nduli, "Are you tired? I need to." So you might see a talent Mbata come in. You know, I think
he needs to go with two sitting.
he needs to go with the
That
two
thing.
because those guys in that 10 position they'll give him
that
a
Dunas
problem.
is it's a very, very good player.
Yeah,
and also,
smart.
he can vary.
Yes,
Short,
he's played.
long,
True.
and you know he's a very, very smart.
And he's got a
footballer.
good pass as well. Yeah.
He's a very smart player.
He really does. And I mean, you talk about that semi-final, and the other interesting has to be Tito, because we saw him start and he was marking Tebza. The moment they subbed him, it opened up for Mamelodi Sundowns, and then Sundowns was now able to play.
True.
Do you think he rectifies that?
Maybe he does, because also it will depend on the tactics on the day, whether are they going with the mid block, or are they going to try and stop Sundowns from the build up, whether he's going to press. You know, there's a lot of things that could happen on the day, and it will depend on the personnel that you'll have. It will be really interesting to see who he starts between Sipho Mbule and Tito, you know, because those players are going to be key.
All right, before we wrap it up, I want to find out your thoughts as well on Shenko Kabelo Dlamini. I mean, we saw the impact he had in the Caf Champions League when they brought him on, right? I mean, we know he can pick a pass. We know what he brings in terms of course, creativity for Orlando Pirates. Where do you rate him, and really where do you put him in this game?
Look, maybe with the couple of minutes that he's got from the last match, and, you know, he was positive when he came on, you know. I just liked his mentality. Normally you don't get that from a player that hasn't been playing that long, you know. I mean, he hasn't been really given much time to play, you know, but he's very influential in terms of decision-making on the ball, you know. He can take shots, like you were saying. You know, they needed to take more shots from outside the box, you know, and you got a Dlamini that can do that. You got Mbata that can do that, you know. So he'll be very key. But with him starting the game, I don't think the coach will start him. But I think a player that might come in the second half, you know, and maybe just like the previous game, and just try to see if things are not going okay. You need always to have players that can change things around, where you can change the system and see how you. I think what will be interesting for me is to see whether Sobani striker now or no striker again.
I'm sure Sobani striker this
time. Must come back.
No, Manasese loves big games, so I know we will be there.
And the other thing about this match also, both teams have got good bench.
Yes.
I mean,
your impact players as coach. What do you call them?
Yeah, he calls them impact players or substitutes. Pirates have got Shenko.
Sure.
Who else? They've got a number of players who can come on.
Sure. And change the game.
And change the game. Sundown, same thing. Jaden.
Sure.
But Tuzi Obas played the other day. So yeah, it's gonna be. It's gonna be a humdinger this one. But now
the thing is gonna be probably Pirates will be a bit more under pressure, because you know for Pirates coming from the exit of the Champions League, you know, the mood is not. It's gonna really take character for them coming into this game, because now Sundowns are also sweating with that. Okay, sharp, we safe.
And they rested this week. They've got no midweek
game.
That's
another thing.
I mean,
even last week when they went into the Remo Stars match, they didn't play during the week. And now, they are resting this week. So yeah, Pirates are playing today as we're recording today.
You know.
So it's going to be interesting how that works, and the coach actually speak about it to say, since he has been at Sundowns, he has never had a week to work with the players.
Sure.
Because the players don't train.
Yeah, they don't.
They're just playing matches all the time. So it's another interesting dynamic to the players. The players will be fresher, which is very, very important.
For sure.
So yeah, it's quite interesting. I saw he arrested a few players around and didn't play.
Yeah.
But most of the guys were there.
Probably looking at this fixture, because maybe the revenge from the
MTN 8,
It looks like it,
No, it's on,
It's
game on.
Also remember, I mean, if Sundowns win, they pull away in the league.
Yes,
which is what is very important for them.
True.
So before the Champions League proper starts, you need to have got as many points as possible. Because the Champions League can be a distraction. Maybe not for Sundowns per se, because they're used for it, but for other teams, the continent can be a distraction.
Sundowns does that a lot. I agree with you. They wanna, so that when crunch time comes, then they know at least they can manage to lose 2 points there, 3 points there.
Yeah.
But if it's like this, it's pressure.
And also with this pre-season coming in January after AFCON, so you need to get as many points as possible.
Yeah.
So that if there are problems,
Yeah.
players come back from national team injured and stuff,
Then,
you are not sweating too much.
The job is kind of
The job
done.
is done, yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to ask you who do you think is going to win, but I do want to find out who you think the man of the match is going to be.
Whoa, there's so much quality from both teams.
I know, but who
But
do you think is going to...
Okay, I would say, well, let me move it to you. When I Shebida, out of that quality that's there, Kimang, like if I look at it, I can say, okay, I'm looking at a Nunes. Is it Nunes, right?
Yeah.
I'm looking at a Nunes, because most probably, I've seen him, I like him. And if I look at a Pirates, if Sipho Mbule starts the game, he might be man of the match on the day, because he was a handful and he can be a handful.
Yeah.
But it just depends on the coach's decision, because he's played 90 minutes already in the national team, so I'm sure he's ready. He's slimanyana, no, and he probably he's been saying Kasongo, he wants to. So I want to see him full 90. I don't want 10 minutes of spoiler.
You see, Claude, this is the problem of speaking last.
Yeah.
Nunes is due for a big game.
Yeah.
This will be his biggest test in the country.
True.
Those who have not been paying too much attention to him, they will see this weekend.
Yeah.
He's a special player. I'm not surprised why he's wearing the Sundowns 10. From the Sundowns perspective, he has got the potential to be a match winner. So I'm looking at him from a Sundowns perspective, the guy who can make the difference. He can easily make Sundowns forget about Ribeiro now. He really, when he cooks, there's just something about him.
True.
Okay, Pirates.
And then Pirates, Master Chef.
Oh, wow, okay.
The fact that he's playing against Sundowns, it will spur him on, but he mustn't focus too much on that, because it can take him out of the match. He has got the capability to really be destructive. I just don't know if he can play in the same team with Maswanganyi in a big match like this.
Yeah.
But that's the coach's decision.
No, for me it's a no.
They mustn't play.
They must start playing indoor, five-a-side together, so they understand. But they're still confusing each other's spaces. This one is in his space, so.
Yeah. Well, we're hoping that you enjoy the encounter. Let us know. Maybe you also want to take a jab as to who might be man of the match. We'd love to hear from you. Cheese, thank you for coming. Always a pleasure. We appreciate
part of the furniture.
No, it's part of the furniture. That's why we can throw quizzes at him.
You must remove from those otherwise.
Let's talk to the bosses, please. That's how we wrap it up. Cheers. See you in the next one. Goodbye.
Thank you.
Thank you.